Niggas that wanted beef before, they don't want beef no more. They don't want beef no more. They don't want beef, nah. Just black men talking business. It's a scary movie when I'm out in the trenches. Offline, ain't no one trying to be enemies. Funny how they tough guys till they run into me. They don't want beef no more. They don't want beef. What's beef to a businessman? There's money to be made. You think I'ma let some back and forth mess up the play? It's not that serious. But the money, yeah, that's serious. We too rich to be worried about the comment section. People behind screens fiending for this attention. Crash outs lead to a long prison sentence. All over Instagram, niggas that want it beef. Oh, they don't want beef no more. No. They don't want beef no more. Oh, they don't want beef. Them niggas that want it beef. Oh, they don't want beef no more. No. They don't want beef no more. They don't want beef. Yeah, if it ain't steak on my plate, what's beef? I can't concentrate on hate. What's beef? There's way too much bread to be made. I'ma bake, I'ma take full advantage of the time God gave. Online, they fiend to see blood. It's a coliseum. Gladiators, haters, you don't like, unfollow me then. What are you here for? Give me a solid reason. You just tryna be friends. It's the unit. The niggas that want it beef before, they don't want beef no more. No. They don't want beef no more. They don't want beef. The niggas that want it beef before, they don't want beef no more. No. They don't want beef no more. They don't want beef. Unit. It's the unit. It's the unit.
Man, you really need to slow down and pay close attention to this one, because people have been throwing the bully label on 50 Cent and calling him a crash out for years now. But hold up, because that label doesn't quite stick the way everybody thinks it does. Yeah, he goes crazy online with the trolling, no question about that. But underneath all that noise and chaos, 50 is moving way more calculated and strategic than most people are willing to give him credit for. This is the same man who has consistently turned beef and drama into business opportunities and cold hard cash every single time without fail. And that's exactly where people get it twisted when they try to write him off as just a bully. Now, what just went down between him and Marlon Wayans, though? Yeah, nobody saw this one coming the way it unfolded. After all the back and forth energy, the jokes flying, and the slick shots being taken, these two finally crossed paths again. And it did not go down the way anybody was expecting at all. Now let's be real for a second and break down how we even got here. This whole situation between 50 Cent and Marlon Wayans didn't just appear out of thin air overnight, because this beef has been slowly building through slick comments, subtle jabs, and those quiet shots that have a way of turning extremely loud once the internet gets a hold of them. Marlon wasn't just sitting back taking it either, because he had his own moments where he stepped up and spoke his piece. But once 50 Cent locked in and picked up on that energy, you already know exactly how that story goes. Because when 50 targets you, he doesn't let it go. He stretches it, flips it, and turns the whole thing into content that keeps on giving.
It's the cast of Scary Movie. We're excited for you to see it June 5th in theaters. Check it out. Anna, is it funny?
Oh my gosh, when they...
She thinks it's hilarious. Yo, shut. What, was I funny in it? She thought I was great. She thought I was great. Hey, and y'all make sure you go see it because with every donation you are helping feed Hungry Wayans. Anna donated her whole salary
now let
to
Anna talk to you. Anna has
So,
something to really say
what do you
right
have
now.
to say? Oh, time's up. Bye, guys.
Even with all that tension floating around, people deep down kind of already knew this situation wasn't going to go completely off the rails. These aren't random strangers from the internet. These are established industry players who move in the exact same circles and breathe the same Hollywood air. And sooner or later, whether they planned it or not, a face-to-face moment was always going to happen. Now this is where things start lining up in a real interesting way. So pay attention. Earlier this week, CinemaCon went down out in Las Vegas. And for those who don't know, that's basically the one event where the entire movie industry pulls up together under one roof at the same time.
Vision tonight to promote a movie. I'm 50 years old now. She's young. It don't hurt like it hurts when you
50 Cent actually punched me in the face in rehearsals.
50 comes in, everybody's been there for like 3 days, and immediately at the dinner, he walks up to everybody and goes, "Thank you guys so much for being part of my movie." He's holding court at the middle of the table. Everybody's kind of in awe because they're around 50, they don't know what to say. He's the only black person they've seen in Australia for a month. And he gets us up to a cheers, he like spills champagne on me, and I'm just saying, "Oh, that's okay." He goes, "No, I feel horrible." I go, "It's really okay." And he takes off his diamond encrusted Rolex, and he goes, "This is for you. I should have never done that." And I go, "I can't take that." He goes, "Okay, fine, I'll take it back."
We're talking theater owners, studio executives, A-list actors, and heavyweight producers. Everybody who holds real weight in that industry shows up to this thing. It's the place where you go to make noise, shake hands, and put whatever you got coming directly in front of the people who control the screens. And if you got a major project dropping soon, you better believe CinemaCon is exactly where you plant your flag and get that buzz circulating before anything else.
I'm so excited everyone's here for me.
I don't know what you're talking about. He made that shit up. I didn't say nothing. I hit this nigga. I said, "Show me got beef." Oh, and click.
And here's where it gets real interesting. Both Marlon Wayans and 50 Cent had legitimate reasons to be in that exact same building at the exact same time. So now you got two people with real history between them, tension on the table, and they're both standing under the same roof with nowhere to hide. Yeah, you could already feel that the atmosphere was loaded and something was bound to go down. Both of them had something on the line professionally. And the timing of this whole collision, honestly, could not have been written any crazier if Hollywood tried to script it themselves.
I'm going to make it abundantly clear. I'm not here defending Diddy. I am here because I got dragged into this because somebody asked me a question and I had an opinion. Nobody's wrong for giving an opinion about any subject, period. I'm not here defending Diddy. Don't let the narrative fool you or get to you. Once again, somebody's creating narratives. This is my point. So please look at the whole clip that I did and then look what happens with the narrative. And that's what I'm telling you. Y'all people don't be sheep. Use your brain, use your freedom of thought, your freedom of speech, and don't ever let nobody bully you. Never. Don't let nobody bully you. You got me? Love. Now back to trolling this troll.
Marlon Wayans was out there in full promo mode pushing Scary Movie 6, bringing that classic Wayans comedy energy back to life, keeping everything light and joking around like only he can do. And then on the other side of that same room, you got 50 Cent stepping fully into his film bag, talking about his own upcoming project and moving through that space like he owns every room he walks into. But listen to how people who were actually behind the scenes described 50 during this whole event, because this is where it gets genuinely funny. One person came out saying 50 Cent actually punched them in the face during rehearsals and then laughed it off like it was just part of the experience. Another story had him walking up to a group, thanking everybody in the room, accidentally spilling champagne, and then pulling out a diamond Rolex like he was about to gift it before snatching it right back like nothing ever happened. That right there tells you everything you need to know about this man. Unpredictable, naturally entertaining, and always completely in control of whatever moment he's standing in. Now imagine that exact same energy walking into a room where Marlon Wayans is already posted up and in his bag. So here's the moment everybody was really waiting on, because at some point during that CinemaCon run, 50 Cent finally crossed paths with Marlon face to face. And yeah, this is the moment where things could have gotten real uncomfortable real fast, but instead of tension and awkward energy filling that room, it was the complete opposite of what anyone expected. Smiles, jokes, relaxed vibes all around. Like every single piece of that online back and forth never even existed in the first place. You can even hear it clearly in the clip where somebody says he made the whole thing up and brushes everything off like it was never that serious to begin with. That right there tells you the tone switched instantly the moment these two were actually standing face to face in the same space. And on top of all that, Sean Wayans was right there in the mix too. So now this wasn't just some random run-in, but a full circle moment with everybody together. All cool, zero drama anywhere in sight. Now this is the part that people don't always want to sit down and honestly admit to themselves. Most of that online back and forth wasn't rooted in any real deep life problems between these men. And when you hear Marlon Wayans clearly explain that he wasn't out there defending Diddy and that somebody simply asked him a question and he gave his honest opinion, the whole picture starts making a lot more sense immediately. He even doubled down and told people not to let the narrative fool them, to use their own brain, stop being sheep, and refuse to let anybody bully them into a perspective. Basically, calling out how dangerously fast people run with headlines without ever seeking the full story. And that is precisely the environment where 50 Cent thrives, because he knows exactly how to grab a moment, stretch it to its maximum potential, and keep people talking without ever letting it spiral into something deeper than it actually needs to be. At the end of the day, this whole situation feels a lot less like genuine beef and a whole lot more like smart entertainment, perfect timing, and strategic promotion from two men who know exactly what they're doing. These are grown, successful men, both deeply invested in the film industry now, focused on legacy, focused on money, and focused on staying relevant. not throwing everything they've built away over some words exchanged online. So when you step all the way back and look at the full picture, this situation really reveals itself for exactly what it is. Not every loud, explosive moment online is destined to become a real-life problem. And seeing 50 Cent and Marlon Wayans genuinely cool with each other in person after all that noise.
For a social media beef with 50 Cent, what was it like in the family chat? Were your brothers like egging you on or telling you quit it?
Well, what happened?
I just said his name. They asked me about the documentary. I was like, I didn't see it. And then they asked me about it, and I just gave my opinion. I was just like, I don't think brothers need to be quarreling in public like that. And then what I get into? A public quarrel with a brother. And I just think it was bad for the culture. And so I kind of backed out, and plus my brothers, so I don't even say that name anymore. Okay. If you ask me, hey, you got change of $1, I need a half a dollar, so you need a half a dollar.
Got
You
it.
talking about 5 dimes? 2 quarters. I'll say 2 quarters.
Okay.
How old are you? I'm 43 plus a dime. I will no longer say.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It rhymes with gifty. Right? So my brothers, they were funny. Dame was like, why you pick the biggest brother? He's on gamma rays. Stick to beefing with Soldier Boy, Kevin Hart, people that we can beat. You fight him. Leave guys that got shot 9 times alone. And my brothers, they were funny. Dame was like, why you pick the biggest brother? He's on gamma rays. Stick to beefing with Soldier Boy, Kevin Hart, people that we can beat. You fight him. Leave guys that got shot 9 times alone. He survived 9. I backed out. So I don't even say that name anymore. Okay. If you ask me, hey, you got change of $1, I need a half a dollar, so you need a half a dollar.
Got
You
it.
talking about 5 dimes? 2 quarters. I'll say 2 quarters.
Okay.
How old are you? I'm 43 plus a dime. I will no longer say.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It rhymes with gifty.
What do you think about the back and forth between 50 and Marlon Wayans?
Marlon got his own opinion, just like everybody got, and he's gonna say whatever he wanna say. But when you know somebody got a beef with somebody, unless you wanna be a part of that beef or take a part of that, why you gonna get involved in it? But for Marlon to put out AI-generated clip against 50 in the hot tub with Puff, that's something whole different, bruh. But he said, since 50 trolling, I'm a troll. Have that same energy when you see that man. Keep trolling when you see that man.
Absolutely.
I didn't say nothing.
I hit this nigga. I said, Sean, we got beef.
Hey, let me appreciate you all for being here tonight to promote my movie. Some of these characters have more dialogue, more time on screen, but this is